Pregame.com.
Welcome back to Pregame.tv. Saturday baseball action. We've got the Chicago White Sox at the LA Angels. Ken, the Angels, I mean, you got to talk about the money they've spent, not just this year, last year. How does Scioscia, hold his job? I mean, this is getting bad, and it's getting worse. And then you want to talk about worse, we're going to talk about a guy, Joe Blanton. I want to know how he's still in the starting rotation.
It is a big question mark, but of course they're decimated with injuries, and they have been throughout the season. Slow starters. Pujols actually, believe it or not, 7th home run last night. Got it much earlier than he got his 7th home run last year. Struggling, but Hamilton has struggled. All his home runs against Houston. When you look at that lineup on paper, you're thinking this team has got to get 5 runs a game. It's almost impossible for them not to. Kendrick, Trumbo, Trout, Pujols, Hamilton. How does it not register for a big offensive output each and every night? It's kind of shocking.
Yeah, in going back to Joe Blanton, this guy, now I know he had a couple decent starts prior to his last one, but he got shelled again in his last one. This guy, more often than not, looks like the human pinata out there. They just beat up on him. He's, 0-7 now for the season. And this is nothing new with Blanton. It doesn't matter where he's been. This is a guy that on his best day is going to go out and give you 6 innings and give up 3 or 4 runs. That's on his best outings. So, how do you not bet against this guy every time he takes the mound and not look at the overs in the games that he's involved in?
It's funny that you say that, because that's exactly what I do. When I see Joe Blanton out there, I just look over and I look to go against the Angels until he corrects himself. And there were several pitchers that we talked about early on, guys that are go against. Matt Cain was a go against for me, but he is righting the ship. Vogelsong is a go against. I'm still going against him. He's still struggling every night. There's several guys that we're looking at. Who's going to make the corrections? Who's going to be able to come out of the funk? Until they do, I'm a go against. I'm somebody that's like that. I'll keep going. You got to show me that you fixed the problem. Yeah,
baseball, more than any other sport, is streaks. Team-wise, player-wise. And that's why I love it. It's just pure handicapping. It's not, the NBA, you've got, any night you could have one guy go off for 30 points and somebody else has a bad night and it's offset. You don't see it. But in baseball, when you've got a keeper, especially a starting pitcher, when this guy's not getting it done, your team's playing catch-up every game. It's great. And then when you get a club that starts as a team, cohesively, they're starting to score runs, and you see a team. I love looking at my thing is the 3 runs. Teams that score over or under 3 runs. And when they cluster a few of those together, I'm going to either ride them if they're scoring more or go against them when they're not, because it's contagious. When a team's in a slump, it seems like everybody's in a slump.
Yeah, and then I also look at the divisions, too. When you look at the AL East, there's a good chance that 2 teams, playoff teams, can come out of the AL East. There's not a good chance that 2 are going to come out of the AL West. I know it's early, but I'm looking at Texas. They keep extending this lead, and they're getting a lot of run production without Hamilton in the lineup. Maybe these guys are a lot more at ease. Maybe they're just better. We just didn't know how much chemistry there was without Josh Hamilton in that lineup. This Texas team playing on all cylinders right now, where the Angels keep losing ground gradually every week. And if they don't start making ground up soon, Marco, they are going to be on the outside looking in, like you said, with one of the highest payrolls in the league.
Well, you know what? This is your free pick, so let's make it official.
Let's do that. All right, it is my free play for Saturday on pregame.tv, and I'm going to go with the Chicago White Sox. Number one, they're in the AL Central. In the AL Central, nobody's running away with the division. Detroit's doing a nice job. They're taking care of business at Comerica, but we saw them struggle on the road in Texas, getting blown out 10-4 with Verlander, their ace on the hill. So Kansas City's right there. The White Sox, the team that's in last place, only 3 games under 500 coming into Friday, but starting to get things together. They've won 3 in a row. They're taking on an Angel team that, again, still looking for answers. And right now they haven't found any as far as consistency, both pitching, bullpen, and, of course, with that lineup. Although the names are there, the lineup's still struggling. When we look at Joe Blanton, like Marco said, 0-7, 6.46 ERA. Last game, 4 2/3, struck out 7, but 7 earned runs, 12 hits. That's ridiculous. You cannot do that. And although this White Sox team doesn't have any 300 hitters, they've got Diaz, Rios, Ramirez. Konerko and Dunn, still dangerous, can hit the long ball. How about Dunn? He's got as many home runs as he has singles, but he's still dangerous, still has a good eye, and can work out some walks. Hector Santiago moves from the bullpen, better than a strikeout per inning so far, combined out of the bullpen and as a starter. I really like this kid. He struggled in his last start, but as a starter has 20 strikeouts in just 18 innings, and the bullpen has been solid for the Pale Hose as well. I look for the White Sox to win this game. They're 6-4 in their last 10 coming into Friday night. I think they'll take care of business Friday and have a little winning streak going into Saturday, and I look for them to take care of business. I know they're on the road, but until this Angel team shows me they can win consistently and even win consistently at home, I'm going to go against them a lot of the times and get good prices. I'm about $1.20 on the plus, so I'm not laying any juice. I'll take Santiago and the White Sox, my play for Saturday on pregame.tv.
All right, there you have it. Ken's free play, and we're going to be back next. We're going to have another baseball play for you. We're going to go to Sunday action and take a look at Milwaukee at St. Louis. That's up next, pregame.tv.